What a blowout in Tampa Bay as Army defeats the Marines 62-10 in the fourth of 6 Rookie Bowls. Army scored 49 points in the first and third quarters and 31 points in each half for the win. It all started with a 31-yard touchdown pass to Cookie Johnson. Later, Jeff Parker would throw a 78-yard bomb to Kevin Hart, and the big plays never stopped. 50-yard run for Quincy Lindgren. Later, a fumble return was returned for 10 yards. A 48-yard pick six for James Norris. A 1-yard pass to Cookie Johnson for the score from Jeff Parker, but that was after a long catch made by Johnson down the sideline. A 6-yard run and a 9-yard pass. Army just obliterates the Marines today, 62-10. Team stats: 578 total yards for Army, just 224 for the Marines. Army was 9 of 13 on third down conversions, while the Marines were just 2 for 11. 5 turnovers, all by Thompson Rider, 2 fumbles, and 3 interceptions. However, I believe it was 4 turnovers by Thompson Rider. There was a fumble out of the backfield by Ahmad Price. Total yards 664 to 408. 4 penalties for 43 yards also hurt the Marines. Player stats from today's ball game. Look at Jeff Parker's numbers: 20 of 27, 447 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, and was sacked just 1 time. What an impressive day. For Thompson Rider, not so much. 12 for 23, just 96 yards passing, 0 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and was sacked 8 times. The quarterback play was the difference in this ball game, clearly. Running the football, Thompson Rider had 19 carries for 40 yards. Ahmad Price, 17 carries, 85 yards, and a touchdown. If they weren't down the whole game, maybe Price would have gotten more looks. For Army, Quincy Lindgren breaks 100, 22 carries, 104 yards, 4.7 average, and a touchdown. Parker, 7 carries, -2 yards, but he also had a score. Both Lindgren and Parker had a fumble. Receiving, Cookie Johnson, 9 for 222 and 2 scores, but Kevin Hart also had 4 for 140 and a score. Dwayne Spain, 4 for 62. Ray Reese-Porter had a quiet day, just 1 catch for 12 yards. 1 drop for Hart. For the Marines, Francesco, 3 for 23. Grover, 1 for 17. And the tight end, 2 for 12. It was an ugly day for the Marines' passing game as a whole. Blocking, no pancakes there. Natrone Daniels allowed a sack. C.J. Hawk allowed a sack for the Marines. For Army, Jack Ripper allows a sack. Defensively, Jeremy Ford, 10 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, and a sack. Kofi Adumnika, 12 tackles, 5 tackles for loss, 4.5 sacks. Speedman Dykes, 11 tackles, 1 tackle for loss. The list goes on and on. Norris had 2 interceptions and 4 tackles. Smith had 3 tackles and an interception. Just a brilliant defensive job, but especially by the top 3. Adumnika and Ford also had a forced fumble in the ball game, and Norris and Wolf had defensive touchdowns. Down the list, Ray Reese-Porter, the wide receiver, ended up with 3 tackles with all the turnovers. James Overstreet, 1 tackle on the day. Quiet day for Overstreet, but did have a fumble recovery. For the Marines, Joshua Thomas at corner had 12 tackles. That's never good. Carlos Payton had 1 sack, 3 tackles for loss, 7 tackles. But other than that, quiet day for the Marines defense. Although Asante Evans had a deflection and a forced fumble, as well as Shiloh Hall, pass deflection and a forced fumble. And for the rest of the bunch, Leroy Jenkins, 6 tackles, 4 of them were assisted. Kicking game, Jason Chase, 1 of 2, long of 39. The only one he missed was from way outside, about a 62-yarder. For Army, their kicker was 2 for 2, 43 for a long, and 8 for 8 for extra points. Punting, 1 punt, net average of 28 yards and a long of 37 for the Marines. Chase had 3 punts, 31 yards net, and a long of 43. Kick returns, Khrushchev 19.4 average. For Army, Cookie Johnson 21 average. Punt returns, Johnson 8.5. The Marines, Khrushchev with 9. The Marines get blown out 62-10, but what a tremendous performance by Jeff Parker, Cookie Johnson, and the rest of the Army rookies.